In the sunny little town of Meadowbrook lived a cheerful boy named Tyson. Tyson loved adventures, and his favorite place for an adventure was the town park. One bright afternoon, while chasing a vibrant blue butterfly near the old oak tree, his eyes caught something sparkling in the grass. He skipped over, his curiosity piqued. There, nestled amongst the daisies, was a single, beautiful shoe. It wasn't just any shoe. It was a dazzling little slipper, covered in shimmering silver glitter, with a delicate pink bow right on the toe. It looked like it belonged to a princess from a fairy tale. Tyson picked it up gently. It was so small and pretty. "Wow," he whispered to himself. "This is the most beautiful shoe I've ever seen." He imagined who it could belong to. Maybe a girl who was playing hide and seek and lost it while running. He thought about keeping it. It was so shiny, and it would look amazing on his shelf next to his collection of special rocks and feathers. No one would ever know, he thought. He could take it home, and it would be his secret treasure. He clutched the shoe tightly and started walking towards the park exit, his heart thumping a little faster than usual. But with every step he took, a funny feeling started to bubble up inside him. It wasn't a happy feeling. It was a heavy, squiggly feeling in his tummy. He imagined the girl who owned the shoe. She would be so sad when she realized it was gone. What if it was her favorite shoe? What if it was a special gift? She would probably be looking everywhere for it. Her happy day turned into a sad one. Tyson stopped. He looked at the glittery shoe in his hand, and then he looked back towards the park. The squiggly feeling in his tummy grew stronger. He knew what he had to do. Keeping the shoe felt exciting for a moment, but the thought of someone else's sadness made his own heart feel heavy. Doing the right thing felt much, much better. He turned around and marched back into the park with a new mission. He wasn't looking for butterflies anymore. He was looking for the owner of the lost shoe. He walked around, holding the shoe up high for everyone to see. "Did anyone lose a shoe?" he called out in his loudest, clearest voice. "A very sparkly silver shoe," he asked a group of kids playing on the swings. They shook their heads. He asked a family having a picnic on a checkered blanket. They smiled and said it wasn't theirs. Tyson didn't give up. He walked all the way to the other side of the park, near the duck pond. And there, sitting on a bench with her head down, was a little girl with pigtails. She was crying softly. Next to her, her mom was trying to comfort her. Tyson's heart did a little flip. He walked up to them slowly. "Excuse me," he said shyly. "Are you looking for this?" He held out the glittery shoe. The little girl's head snapped up. Her eyes, which were red from crying, suddenly grew wide. A huge smile spread across her face, chasing away all the tears. "My shoe," she exclaimed, her voice filled with joy. "You found it! You found my princess shoe!" This is Lily, and that shoe is her absolute favorite. It was a birthday present from her grandma. We've been looking for it for almost an hour. She was heartbroken. Lily slipped the shoe back on her foot. It was a perfect match to the one she was already wearing. She jumped up and down, her two sparkly shoes twinkling in the sun. Thank you," she said to Tyson, giving him a big, happy hug. Seeing Lily so happy made the heavy, squiggly feeling in Tyson's tummy disappear completely. It was replaced by a warm, glowing feeling, like a little sun shining inside his chest. He hadn't kept the shiny treasure for his shelf, but he had gained something much more valuable, the wonderful feeling of making someone else happy. The mom turned to Tyson again. "That was a very honest and kind thing to do," she said. "You made our day so much better." Tyson just beamed. He said goodbye to Lily and her mom and skipped all the way home, his heart feeling as light as a feather. And so, Tyson learned a very important lesson that day. Honesty is like a bright light. Sometimes, we might be tempted by something that isn't ours, something shiny and new, but keeping it can create a shadow of guilt in our hearts. When we choose to be honest, even when no one is watching, we fill ourselves with a warmth and happiness that is worth more than any treasure. It's a feeling that makes you proud of who you are. Just like in the story of the honest woodcutter, a poor woodcutter accidentally dropped his axe into a river. Honesty is always rewarded, often with feelings of peace and self-respect, which are the greatest rewards of all. There's also the story of George Washington and the cherry tree. When a young George chopped down his father's prized cherry tree, he was scared, but instead of lying, he bravely admitted what he had done. His father wasn't angry. Instead, he was proud of his son's honesty, saying that his integrity was worth more than 1,000 trees. Choosing to tell the truth, even when it's difficult, shows great courage and character. Tyson understood this now. The joy on Lily's face was his golden axe, his reward. It was a reminder that kindness and honesty are treasures we carry within ourselves, and they shine brighter than any glittery shoe. That night, as Tyson lay in bed, he thought about his adventure. He didn't need the shoe on his shelf to remember the day. The good feeling in his heart was the best souvenir. He drifted off to sleep with a smile, dreaming of blue butterflies and the happy twinkle of matching princess shoes. We hope you enjoyed Tyson's story and the lessons it shared. Being honest and kind not only helps others, but also makes you feel wonderful inside. If you loved our story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more adventures and moral stories that help us all become better people. Thanks for watching.